welcome. My name is Lauren, and today I'm going to be diving into starting a brand new bullet journal. I just recently did kind of like a recap of the last two bullet journals, kind of comparing them together. So if you're interested in seeing kind of all of the different spreads that I've done over the past like 2 years, I guess it's been, you can definitely check out that video. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and unbox the brand new one that I got and kind of just show you what it looks like, and yeah, then we'll dive into how I'm going to set it up, and then going into my September bullet journal spread. So yeah, I've already been kind of gathering some different inspirational pieces and different ideas for this one, and I think for September I want to do something not entirely fall, but like I want to add some like transitional fall pieces. So I'm thinking of doing like a cozy library kind of theme and adding in some different like candles and coffee and different like little kind of vintage pieces that are gonna kind of, I don't know, transition into fall. So anyway, that's kind of my plan for right now. It may change as I'm like sketching it out and working on it, but yeah, let's just go ahead and unbox this and see what this notebook looks like. So I was kind of debating between a few different ones in a few different places, but I really liked the Notebook Therapy book that I got last year. So I decided to go with another one of theirs. So yeah, oh, this is so cute. So the little box kind of shows the cover, or like the little, I don't know if it's gonna focus, but yeah, it's so cute. It's a little love lock one, but let's open it up and see. There are just so many good options and so many different like little illustrations and different colors, but I kind of like the more neutral options. So, and I really like gold, so. Aww. It's so pretty. Oh my goodness. So it's a little bit more textured than the one that I had from last year, and it has this really cute like shimmery gold little lock and key thing. It has it on like the edge too. I don't know if that'll focus. And then it has like little metallic thing there. Oh my goodness, it's perfect. I love it. So I will say the little like bookmarkers, there's 2 of them in here, and with the last journal that I had, they actually both fell out as I was just working on things. So I don't anticipate that these will like stay for very long, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. I don't really need to have that piece. And oh, I don't know if that'll focus either. There we go, little lock thing, little bookmark piece. So yeah, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to show you what the, notebook looked like before I started in it. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play around with sketching some things out, and then I will show you kind of how I'm diving into setting it all up and the September spread. So let's get into that. Okay, so I am here. I'm starting a brand new journal for the year 2023 to 2024, and this one is actually starting in September, but I'm going to go ahead and just kind of start with my kind of first few pages just to kind of start off the spread. And I did this for my journal last year, where I just kind of did all of these little different flower botanical elements and kind of just an interesting pattern arrangement just on the first page, just because I love flowers and I like different floral designs, and this is just kind of like fun and relaxing for me, and there's really no other point to it other than for it to just look really pretty and for me to practice kind of drawing out different flower pieces. So yeah, that was pretty much my reasoning behind it. There's nothing really special to it other than I just wanted something for fun to create on this page. So yeah, I drew out a bunch of different leaf designs, different like flower, and just a lot of random different pieces. And I had a lot of fun with this. I think I just listened to like a podcast on my couch, or not on my couch, sorry. I was in my art studio, but I think I had sketched these out when I was on my couch listening to a podcast. But anyway, so yeah, a lot of different pieces here, and I did decide to kind of set up a fall spread as I was filming this, and I definitely lit a pumpkin candle. That's what's in the background over there, and it's still August when I'm filming this, so yeah, it's definitely nowhere near fall. I know that doesn't start until significantly later, but I was just kind of in the mood, and kind of that inspired my September spread. But anyway, for the calendar page, I kind of did the same setup that I did last year, where I just did a few different months here and then just added some different fonts and stuff to the months, and then my normal like block letters to like the days of the week and the actual calendar numbers. So yeah, this was super simple, but it's just kind of a nice reference guide to kind of see like when the months start and end overall when I'm kind of planning out my spreads and stuff for the next month. So it's kind of a nice reference page. So anyway, I decided to go in and paint, or no, I decided not to paint. I decided to go in and use my brush pens to color in all of the different flowers here. And I just kind of liked using these markers. I've been having fun playing around with them and kind of practicing building and layering with them. And yeah, it's been nice. And I really do like these. I think it's they're the Crayola Colors of the World ones. I think that's what they're called. But anyway, they're very neutral. There's lots of like browns and beiges and goldens and almonds and some rose colored. And I just really like the variety of them. And I just kind of like a more neutral color palette. And then I went in with my Tombow brush pens, and because I had two different greens and then kind of a burgundy red color that I added in for a few of the details. And then on the calendar page, I went in with my favorite little peach color and added that to kind of the days of the week to give it a little bit of separation and a little bit of color on that page. So moving on, this is my September spread, and I absolutely loved sketching this one out so much. I wasn't sure if I wanted it to be kind of fall-like, which I know fall isn't starting until later, but for whatever reason this year, I just already feel in the mood to start the season, and I just feel very eager for it and very excited. And there's just a lot of exciting things going on in my life in general right now, and I think that I just am wanting to express that through this bullet journal page especially for whatever reason. So anyway, I decided to go with kind of a magical, like, well, in my mind it's magical, it may not be for you, but I wanted to go with like a little kind of library bookshelf kind of spread with just kind of incorporating some different like home decor pieces, because I kind of like that like design aspect of things, but also it feeling cozy with different like brand vintage pieces as well kind of thrown in there too. So some different candlesticks and picture frames, and I had to add in a few different pumpkins, and then of course a bunch of different books that I've scattered and arranged throughout those bookshelves, and a few different floral pieces just to make it feel a little earthy and natural, because I like to add in those natural elements. And yeah, I had fun playing around with it. I used a few different photos as inspiration on Pinterest, but I didn't really follow any of them too closely. It was just kind of like I put in this bookshelf and then I just kind of like added different pieces that I thought could look nice, and just kind of arranged them throughout the shelves. So yeah, it was kind of mostly just my imagination and what felt right. So yeah, and I also kind of used my bullet journal spread from, I want to say October of last year. So I can link that one here if you want to watch how I did that one. But I definitely pulled some things from that one because it was definitely a cozy fall interior design kind of spread where there was a cozy like chair and blanket. And so it kind of has a similar vibe to this one. So you can definitely watch that if you're interested, but I pulled a few different ideas from that spread as I was working on this one, just because I really liked how that one turned out, but I wanted this one to be a little bit different. So, and then I kind of scoured the internet trying to find a quote that I thought would be fitting for this page, and I stumbled across this really cute one from Dr. Seuss. And it says, "You can find magic wherever you look. Sit back and relax. All you need is a book." And I just thought it was playful and fun, and I don't know, I just liked it and decided to add that here and did it in a little cursive font. And yeah, I really like how this one turned out, and it was very fun for me to work on. So yeah, moving on to the next page, which is my calendar page here. I decided to do this little floating shelf up here at the top and kind of add in some of those elements that I did on the other spread. And again, this was also kind of pulled from my October spread that I did last year. And yeah, very similar, but I still wanted to like add in more of the books to kind of give it that like study kind of library feel that I was going for, and but also make it like pretty simple. So yeah, then I added in September in the cursive font and then little calendar for the month right underneath it. And then I went with this I didn't really know what to add at the bottom of this, and so I just kind of pulled in this little pumpkin with some floral pieces kind of scattered around like the bottom edges of it. So yeah, kind of random, but I mean, I think it actually ties in well now that I have it there. Probably could have spaced it a little bit more evenly, but that's okay. Yeah, it works. So yeah, I just used my micron pens to kind of outline all of these, and then I went back in with the Color of the World markers from Crayola, and I just kind of picked up random ones and just kind of went for it. This was not anything that I had planned out ahead of time. I just kind of did whatever felt right in the moment. So I did want to have like a kind of wooden feel for the bookshelf, so I did use some of the browns for that. But otherwise, I just kind of would randomly pick up a marker and just decide I'm going to place this here. So not a lot of strategy, and this was where it was kind of fun. And I did want to kind of have different color contrasts for the books. So like, for example, I didn't want to put three light colored books next to each other. I really wanted to have like a blend of like lighter and darker colors just to make it more interesting and more eye-catching and kind of make it pop a little bit more. So that was like the one strategy that I did have, was I went in with a bunch of different light colors, rearranged those, and then took a darker brown, kind of added in those in some random places, and then I threw in my green brush pen for a few of the book covers, and then a few different like orange and neutral colors for the pumpkins. And I did add a few details with that burgundy color, some of the little berry elements, and then used this golden marker for kind of the background of the bookshelf. Part of me thought about going a little bit darker, but if I had done that, I think I kind of would have, like, the books wouldn't have stood out as much, and I think it needed a lighter background to make everything pop. So yeah, anyway, I think it worked. And for a few of the pieces, I went back in and touched them up with a little bit more color because some of them didn't really pop as well, and I think they needed to be a little bit darker, so I did go back in and layer a few pieces. But yeah, that was pretty much it. And I did the same thing on the other page, and then filled in the pumpkin and all of the little leaf pieces there as well. And yeah, this was just very organic, very kind of just intuitive, not too much strategy there. And then moving on to the weekly spread, this is kind of a similar layout that I've done in the past, but I did change it up just a little bit. So in a lot of my spreads, I'll have the month at this top left corner and then the calendar right underneath, and I'll do some sort of little illustration kind of to incorporate whatever design it is that I'm going for the month. That kind of ties in with like the cover page or a calendar page or both. And so I did this little like open book here, and then I did a stack of books underneath it, and I outlined all of these in my micron pen just to start off, kind of like I did before, and did some scribbles on the edges of the books to make them look like they were a little bit more realistic. And then had to add in a cup of coffee because I realized I don't think I added any on the other page, and coffee is an important part of my life. So I had to add that in, and then also some little pumpkins and candles here and a cute little candlestick, and I just felt like that kind of tied most of the pieces in together that feel very warm and cozy to me. So, and then I did these little kind of pieces for the days of the week, but I actually went back in later on and changed up the color. And then I colored all of these in again with like the same markers that I used on the other side. And yeah, just wanted the color scheme to look pretty similar. So this is where I changed it up a little bit, and I did these kind of, I filled in every other line with a lighter color just to give it a little bit more of like visual interest for the page instead of just kind of leaving the like days of the week blank or boxing them in. And I did mess up on this one several times for whatever reason. Like I should have maybe outlined these in pencil beforehand before I colored them in, but I kept getting messed up on like which line. And so I ended up making one of the sides a little bit longer. So just kind of ignore that. They're not exactly even because I messed it up, but that's okay. I can definitely fix it on the other page. And yeah, I just went in and wrote out the days of the week and the dates. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the spread. And here is the final flip through. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think. And yeah, I will see you in the next video.